So winter is coming, and I can already hear a lot of you saying, I don't want to approach because it's too dark. I don't want to go outside of the house because it's too cold. People don't want to talk because they're in the winter mode. And I need to wait until the summer so they are more friendly and open for communication. And all I have to say to that is, you either create excuses or you make approaches. As easy as that. Excuse me. I saw you there. I had to say hi.
Hi, my name is Gus Olsen, and today I'm going to talk about how little decisions can have a compound effect on your dating life. I'm recording this video here in St. Anthony, Barcelona, and the reason for this video and the purpose of this video was I was actually having a conversation with a potential student of mine, and we were discussing approaching and getting better in this area of your life, success with women. And he asked me, well, now that the winter is coming, things are getting dark and cold, do you still go out? Do you still improve in this area, or you just wait for the spring and the summer to come? And what I answered to him is going to be the same thing that I'm going to tell you in this video. And I just want to give you a bit of a backstory of how I improved my dating life, because a lot of people say nowadays, oh, so you're in Barcelona now, it must be so easy for you to improve your dating life. First of all, it's not even that easy in Barcelona. But second of all, I actually started back in Latvia. And let me just give you some decisions that I had to make to improve my dating life. Decision number one is when I discovered the arts and science of that you're actually able to improve in this area, you're able to go out and meet women, I had the decision, well, do I keep hanging out with my old friends, and do I keep just following what they're doing, just drinking and talking about basketball all the time, or do I decide to actually try this and potentially embarrass myself? Because they didn't like what I was doing, they were judging me, so I had to make that decision. Now I made that decision to actually go out and try to improve. The second decision that I had to make was, okay, so do I go out once a week and do this slowly, or do I actually give it a real shot and try to improve this as fast and with as much effort as I can? That was the second time. And then I had more and more decisions. The winter came. Now, how cold do you think it gets in winter in Latvia? Take a guess. How cold do you think it gets? It got too cold as minus 20 degrees Celsius. And if you live in the US and you have the Fahrenheit system, then check it out. It's pretty goddamn cold. And it's not like the biggest city. You would go out and sometimes there would be no one to approach. But again, I had a decision to make. Do I keep sitting in my home and doing nothing and watching Netflix, watching some random TV shows, or do I actually try to go out and improve in this area? It was the next decision that I had to make. And luckily, I made a decision to take action and go out irregardless. Now after that, I had even more decisions to make. At some point, I got a bit tired of Latvia, and I got a bit tired of the dating scene there, and I had a decision. Do I just stay here and essentially settle with what I have, or do I take the uncomfortable step of moving out and going to a different country? Maybe I need to learn a new language. And again, I made the decision to go and explore the world and to go and date in different areas. So all those little decisions, they had the compound effect of giving me the dating life that I have now, which is full of freedom, full of abundance, full of adventure, full of fun. But I wouldn't have gone here if I decided, oh, well, it's too cold, so I'm not going to go and do anything. And when you think about success with women and success in general, there's two types of peoples. There's the amateurs and there's the pros. And I want to highlight the difference. What is the difference between the amateur and the pro? A lot of people believe that the difference between amateur and a pro is the fact that pros just get better results, or pros are better than amateurs. But I don't really think that's the main difference. The main difference is how people approach problems and how people approach challenges. So for example, an amateur, if we think about, let's say, going to the gym, an amateur might say, yeah, I'm going to go to the gym, but then the amateur looks outside of the window and it's raining or it's cold, and they're like, okay, not today. Or maybe his leg is hurting, or he's bit underslept. So it's like, okay, no, I'm actually gonna go tomorrow or the day after. While pro is getting paid for this. So irregardless of how he feels, he needs to go out and he needs to work out. Same in any other area, including this. Now, you don't need to be a pro pickup artist, whatever that means, but you need to take this area of your life seriously if you want to improve in this. Look, this is not easy. Going out and meeting women and doing cold approach is not easy, but you have to take the decision, well, am I gonna take this seriously? Do I actually want to improve in this area? Or I say that I want to improve in this area, but when it gets cold or it gets dark, then I'm not gonna do this. Well, right now, it's pretty cold and it's pretty dark in Barcelona already, and it's November, and a lot of guys are already gone home and they don't want to be outside. They don't want to be here when it gets uncomfortable, when it gets cold. Who wants to be outside getting rejected in a dark? Why would I rather not take a warm shower being at home and watching some Netflix show? Well, if I do that, then I know I'm not going to have the dating life that I want. Luckily for me, I've already had to make these kind of decisions for 10 years, so for me to go out in this weather, it's not that big of a deal. I could go out in -5, -10, -20 because I love doing this. This is what gives me the fun, the flow state. But for you, it might not be so easy. You might have quite a lot of anxiety. But again, what decision are you going to make? Are you going to stay at home because it's too cold? Or are you going to say, fuck it, I'm going to still go out no matter how cold it gets, no matter how tired I am, no matter how dark it gets? Because look, girls have needs. Everyone has needs, even in the winter. Do you think the needs just go away and people are just like, okay, I'm going to go into hibernation mode. I don't need anything with the winter. If anything, people are even more lonely during the winter. If anything, people need even more intimacy during the winter. So this is your time to actually go out and separate yourself from all the other wannabes who say, yeah, I want to improve with women, but they actually don't go out and take any action. So I hope this video is helpful for you. I hope it inspires you to take some action and really think about the decisions that you have to make. And I hope and I trust that you're going to make the right decision, which is obviously to go out there and take action no matter how cold, how dark, or what kind of season it is. So checking out from Barcelona, and I'll see you next time.